Hello, everyone. I'm excited to take you through my recommendations using the behavioral theories that we learned throughout this semester to benefit Bud Light. I welcome your feedback and critiques as I continue to build out my thinking. For more than 20 years, Bud Light was the top selling beer in America. After introducing a new marketing team who suggested that the brand's fratty humor was out of touch with modern sensibilities, the team looked to evolve the brand and explored new marketing partnerships. One of their marketing activities included a collaboration with Dylan Mulvaney, a popular transgender social media influencer. While Mulvaney was not a Bud Light spokesperson, the brand had created a customized Bud Light can for her, which she posted on social media. Mulvaney was already in conservative crosshairs after having appeared at a White House forum with President Joe Biden to discuss trans rights. Therefore, when right wing conservatives saw this post, the backlash was immediate. The far right began a boycott of the brand, and images such as Kid Rock shooting cans of Bud Light were widely shared across social media. However, a slow and tepid response from Bud Light's parent company, Anheuser-Busch InBev, which did not defend the brand's decision to collaborate with Mulvaney, also angered the LGBTQ community. This resulted in a sales drop of nearly 24% by the end of April 2023 and dethroned Bud Light from its spot as the #1 selling beer brand in America. Bud Light recently launched a new summer campaign and invested in the brand's largest media spend to date. The spot is all American and traditional, featuring summer classics like barbecues and lake parties. It's trying to appeal to its base consumers by focusing on Americana. It includes a consumer sweepstakes, awkward moments, and farcical humor, all set to the 1979 disco classic Good Times. With this ad, Bud Light is hoping to put the controversy behind it and focus on the good times ahead. However, the weakness of the ad is that it doesn't address the controversy either directly or indirectly. The brand is simply trying to ignore what happened and move on, which is not the mindset of its consumers. The strategic challenge that Bud Light is facing after the controversy is a loss of a large portion of its base consumers and a decline in the brand's perceptions overall. The issue with the category is that there are literally hundreds of other products to choose from, and many of the light beers in the category have a similar taste. In addition, light beer is competing against products like hard seltzers and ready to drink canned cocktails, which have increased the competition. Another key consideration for Bud Light is that the brand's ads and brand values have increased in importance among consumers as selection criteria. These were much lower previously, so it indicates an increased importance of understanding consumer attitudes, values, and beliefs and marketing to them. Therefore, the objectives and goal for the campaign are to positively alter attitudes of Bud Light to build back the consumer base and increase purchase intent among a younger demographic. All of this is in service to increasing product sales to regain Bud Light's position as the top selling beer brand in America, which it held for more than 2 decades. As we look to identify a target audience for Bud Light, we need to explore who is already consuming the product. The Bud Light consumers are ethnically diverse, as indicated by this chart. The highest percentage of Bud Light drinkers are Black, and the smallest percentage of them are white. As we look at several brand attributes across various generations, we gain additional insights to define our target audience and aligning on a strategy to reach them. The first is that Bud Light benefits from high awareness across all generations. However, Bud Light is most popular among Gen Z, yet it is most consumed by boomers. Building off the previous insight, we see that following the Mulvaney controversy, the purchase intent for Bud Light had plummeted, not only among Republicans, but also across those 21 to 29 with whom the brand had previously been popular. That number is even lower among women of the same age. In order to be successful, Bud Light needs to increase consideration among these critical audiences. The question is, who are they able to win back and how? Therefore, the primary audience that has been identified is older Gen Z between the ages of 21 and 26. Bud Light was previously popular with them, and because they are the most ethnically diverse generation, they are the closest to Bud Light's highly diverse consumer base. While their brand perceptions and purchase intent have dropped, aligning closer to their values will help to drive relevance and alter their attitude towards the brand. Gen Z values self-expression, and they see their purchases as a reflection of their values. Tapping into that and making them feel proud to reach for a can of Bud Light will be critical. In addition, this generation expects companies to have a positive impact in the world. So that will also be taken into consideration, especially given the situation in which Bud Light had found itself. The secondary audience is a bit of a gamble and maybe one that is a little bit more unconventional, which is Gen X women. This audience has been selected for a number of reasons. They're more susceptible to advertising than millennials, and they pride themselves on their independence and individuality. So they're going to do what they think is best for them without a care about what other people think. They value freedom and resourcefulness, which will play into the marketing campaign that has been designed. And they are highly active social media users, so they will be reachable through marketing efforts. Using this data and leveraging the behavioral theories that we have learned, the following big idea has been developed to help Bud Light gain traction with these audiences and increase their slumping sales. The big idea is Light It Up, which is about celebrating self-expression. It obviously incorporates an element of the brand name to create a highly positive and inspiring call to action for consumers that is designed to appeal to the target audiences. In addition, it speaks to the past controversy without naming it, but reinforces Bud Light's commitment to celebrating individual expression and create unity. Rather than simply pretending like nothing happened, this idea is focused on moving forward by placing the consumer at the center of the campaign rather than the brand. The tone is positive and inspiring. It is meant to instill confidence in oneself and kindness towards others. Let's take a look at a campaign manifesto. At Bud Light, we celebrate self-expression. We're all unique, so why try to be like everyone else? No matter who you are, we encourage you to let your light shine. During this light year, we're celebrating those who shine brightly, and we invite you to light it up. Join us for a light year filled with the opportunity to win prizes, cash, and trips, but most importantly, a time to celebrate you. The use of a celebrity spokesperson will be critical to the success of the campaign, and I have identified Harry Styles as the face of the Light It Up campaign for several reasons. Arguably, he is one of the best examples of someone who celebrates self-expression through his fashion and his music. He will be used to kick off the Light It Up campaign and will model the behavior of self-expression to target audiences. In addition, Styles' slogan, TPWK, which stands for Treat People with Kindness, promotes a message of love, acceptance, and kindness to others, which is exactly what the Light It Up campaign is designed to do. Styles' fan base includes women 40 plus, which is our secondary target, in addition to a loyal Gen Z following. Harry Styles was selected because he has strong charisma. He is socially attractive, he is both likable and physically attractive, and he has credibility as it relates to self-expression. He can be positioned as an expert or a master of it. Through his TPWK slogan, he also communicates goodwill. Harry Styles works across several layers as the ideal spokesperson for this campaign and is also very popular and will generate mass awareness with positive publicity. Building from this strategy of modeling, a diverse group of influencers who have their own unique brand of self-expression will be identified as leading lights. They'll show others how they light it up in their daily life. They'll be employed to leverage similarity to drive relevance. They include the following: Scarlett May, a deaf influencer who educates people about her life with a disability and showcases power. The Real Slim Sherry is a Gen X influencer who shares a comedic perspective about life and shares her experiences through TikTok. Using a Gen X influencer speaks to our secondary target. Jevin Henley is a fashion and style influencer, and Dakota Wright has overcome an eating disorder to build a positive relationship with food through hilarious TikToks about eating at chain restaurants. Each of the creators will create custom content about the campaign to share with their audiences and will be celebrated through Bud Light's own channels for the ways in which they light it up through their actions. The media mix will be digital first, which reaches both the primary and the secondary targets. There will be a robust media investment in order to benefit from mere exposure. A documentary about Harry Styles and his philosophy on the power of self-expression and how he lights up the world will be shown on Netflix and produced by Bud Light. Netflix is the most popular streaming service among Gen Z, and the subject matter will be appealing to the target and find ample product placement opportunities for Bud Light. Several behavioral theories have been incorporated into the Light It Up campaign. Here are a few. Social learning theory proposes that we learn to adopt behaviors that are rewarded and avoid those that are punished. This theory will be utilized by reinforcing preferred behavior to consumers through the Leading Lights influencers and Harry Styles partnership. In addition, entertainment education, the practice of purposefully using media to entertain as well as educate, will be implemented through the Netflix documentary about Harry Styles. This documentary will educate people about Bud Light's values through entertainment about a popular and well-loved figure. It will also include a vehicle to address the Mulvaney scandal head-on, but focus on a positive message of kindness, acceptance, and confidence. The elaboration likelihood model was also incorporated to build out the marketing plan. Since beer is a low involvement category, a peripheral route was adopted. Cues about why to choose Bud Light will be delivered through various and relevant engagements with the brand, rather than using an expert to argue why the brand may be better. The messaging and tactics of the campaign have been designed with this route in mind as a way to persuade consumers about Bud Light's benefits. Cognitive dissonance theory has also been deployed since Bud Light was previously popular among the target, but drops in brand perception have also led to a drop in consideration. The Light It Up campaign can eliminate any dissonance by speaking directly to the target and showcasing how their values align with Bud Light's values. This will help the target to feel good about liking Bud Light again and remove any purchase barriers based on their perceptions of the brand. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. The following reference have been used.